And I think that is the hatred against Trump, is that unlike every single president for generations, he fought the administrative state more than anyone else. And you might remember that the first impeachment against President Trump was because he disagreed with the interagency consensus on foreign policy. As my husband likes to say, I don't remember voting for the interagency consensus at any point. But that is how seriously they view it, as a threat. They view themselves as the permanent ruling class of Washington, D.C., and anyone who thinks that the Constitution, which sets out actual elected positions to oversee the executive branch or to make our laws, anyone who views it that way, that's the actual threat. So, final question.
It was a perfect call. Perfect.
Just real quick final question. Is there anything that the executive should do to rein in the administrative state?
Yes. All right, so look, first and foremost, the chief executive, the President of the United States as chief executive officer of the U.S. government, first thing he can do is to put the right personnel in place so that we stop getting these ridiculous expansions of federal regulatory power. You look at how many aspects of your life are micromanaged in ways that they shouldn't be. Who misses real light bulbs, by the way? I'm sick and tired of the light bulbs that are terrible. And
me, very much.
Who misses shower heads that can do the job? Washing machines, dishwashers, I mean, everything, all this minutia in your life that's micromanaged by executive branch pinheads. And I say that with all due respect to pinheads. Trump gets in there, and that's part of why Project 2025 is so important. The personnel is policy. And so if he starts on day one with the right personnel in charge, you can have better policy. But the other main thing that he can do, and this is the far more important thing that Trump can do as president, I hope, and I'm going to continue to ask him, to make passage of the REINS Act not just a top legislative priority, but something that he will attach to his agenda to such a degree that he's willing to say, I will not sign must-pass legislative vehicle A, B, or C unless you attach the REINS Act to it. One good opportunity for that might well be the next debt ceiling increase package, which will come due shortly after he becomes president. We actually had a great chance. I worked with the House Freedom Caucus to work this in there in Limit, Save, Grow last year. We got it right to that point. We had something Democrats wanted, Wall Street wanted, meaning to raise the debt ceiling. We said, okay, if you're going to do that, there needs to be some economically stimulative measures and some fiscally restrained measures. And the REINS Act got put in there. We could have gotten that passed, even with the Democratic-controlled Senate and White House, had certain legislative leaders not decided to punt on second down. But if under the leadership of President Trump, if he were to say, I'm going to veto Bill X unless it has the REINS Act in there, we'll get it passed. And remember this, if he does that, that's worth everything else. That is the reform in the administrative state, because at that moment forward, it's not the administrative state. It's legislators elected to make law who are making the law, and we've achieved a lot of the victory at that point.
Thank you very much. Senator Mike Lee, keep up the great work.
Thanks so much.
Thanks. And